clients. These are clients that are going to require possibly two safes. It's very Christy awesome. There are a lot of situations like that. I had, when I first took this over and started getting involved with insurance, I had a client who came in to buy one of these. And I said, well, where are you putting that? She said, next to my furnace. This is a TL period, this is a TL period by 6. This is 15 degrees. So they're requiring her to have a TL15, a TL30, and the only place we go to impose by the furnace. So I called the attorney underwriter and I said, you know she's not going to take the nickel saw at night and go to the cross, right? You understand that, right? So I got them to agree that, oh, okay, then have that by the furnace when they go away, and then you can put this TL15 in the bedroom, which is a lot nicer experience. Put it up beautifully lined drawers. They can pick any woods, any materials, leather, whatever they want. We do completely custom. We do have some ready to ships, about 80 or so for the client who can't wait. But we build all these out to whatever the client wants. So the watches they have, whatever the jewelry is, we line everything designed for them. And so when you have a client who has multiple homes and the insurance carrier is going to require that extra level, they just take the trays out, they inside the trailers, you pull them out, put it in these safe, you know they're casted them for a month, right? And it's beautiful. Now, when you're luxury, this is a TL30 store. Notice the door here. Feel free to come to you and feel these things. These things are jewelers. This is what jewelers are required to have a TL30 or TL30s by 6. And so they're pretty high security. This is a TL15. So very similar to this, with the exception of that it doesn't have the fire protection on this, not only fire protection, we didn't have one to put out the floor for today. This was attacked for 46 minutes in a cap store before they gave by. If you look over here, you'll see there's all sorts of eyes of ceramic in there. That's designed to chew every possible blade that you bring in. There's a different kind of ceramic and everything. So they came out, there's constantly a wet start for cutting concrete, like big huge things that came out from the side here, and it just kept chewing out blades. It didn't ceramic. They tried to cut up the hinges, they gave everything to it. They didn't do that, right? And that's why the insurance carriers for the high worth collections, they're gonna want this, because when they have the time to work on the safe, or more time to work on the safe, that's what they gotta be. In the bedroom, this is behind a closet door. They probably won't even know it's there. This you see this nicely in the closet. So we designed a number of these things. This is gonna be a little bit too big because TL30 and run out of our space because the walls are as thick as the doors here. And so something like this might be so ever working in the house. And so this is something that you think about as you do those buying. Did you have any questions that Mike was able to answer? Any in particular on some of these? Are any running into challenging you'd say or anything like that when you're dealing with any designs? It's just
I'm sorry, because they are screaming. Yeah, they're screaming a little bit.
I'm sorry.
I have to guess what you're saying.
Have any had to work with existing safes in your design, or had to include a safe in the design?
Of course.
Okay, so let us know too, by the way. I have a team of experts that can move safes. If you're going to keep the safe, we want to move it in so we can help you with that. And then ideally, if they have a very high net worth collection, get that conversation going with the insurance carrier, right? Because the insurance carrier is going to have certain requirements, and then from those requirements, you can work with us or anybody else you want. The difference between us is everything we sell is UL rated, and we do any kind of safe there is. These are our Casoro brand, and then our Maximum brand does anything under the sun. We also have a contractor that you can pull in if you want to go with safe room. You need to have a TL30 door in that safe room, and you have certain walls, or we can show us all of that stuff and open those rooms as well. So that's what we try for the trades, builders, designers, architects. We're trying to be a one-stop shop, so you don't have to go source around, find this and find that, and find everything else. We worry about all that. We put it all together and work closely with whomever you're bringing into it. We understand every kind of situation is different, right? You never know who's in charge. Right? I was working on a job where it was actually the organizer who was in charge. The closet designer was, whatever she wanted. I was like whatever she wanted. Even the builder, to a certain degree, was whatever she wanted. So you never know who's got the client relationship. We fit in wherever. So we're used to that kind of environment. Whoever's got the clients here, whoever's the client's lead, give us a call. We'll respect all the rules, plays, and whatever rules needed in the background, or we're happy to come in and actually be part of the conversation. Whatever you need, that's what you do here.
So how far do you go?
So we're nationwide. Okay. Our delivery team works LA to San Diego. So if you got to move it safe, you do some, come in and do some stuff for you to move some things around and get them in. You know, we can even go up to Santa Barbara if we need to. That takes a little bit more planning because that's a whole day to get up there when you're hauling something like this behind you, right? You know how traffic is, right? But that whole area we cover. And what's nice too is we typically have a much larger stock than anybody else in a lot of these things. So we get a lot of business out of LA, even though those other folks who sell something like this, but they never have the stock. Because we work so heavily with the trades and builds and other things like this, which we can pretty substantial amount. We own most of this building. So there's a couple other places in here is owned. And I have on the other end, I have a production facility building just the custom cabinets made to spec. If you're staying for the tour, you'll actually see how they match the woods, how they figure out how to build the safes in a way, all kinds of exotic woods. We literally source trees. Some of this wood we have, some of that wood, we have wood that's been buried in the ground for 10,000 years. It's gorgeous, super hard to get a hold of, but we got something. When it comes up, we buy some of it and we hang on to it. So if someone's going to want that when they're safe, and they're going to want it, perfectly grain matched and everything. So if you stay for the tour, they'll show you how we get that all built and inspected and everything. And you can see the quality that we do on the product. Did you have anything you wanted to add too about sort of this high security?
Yeah, I mean, and for the TL15, that's what most insurance kind of insurance company your car enjoy collections $1 million or below, and then the TL30 would be if it was 10 million.
Right. But I know in my experience working with some of your colleagues, if we have a TL15 in the bedroom and we have the alternate safe, it's a breathing it. And it's good because they're going to interact with it. I mean, lights come on, and it just feels nice putting your stuff in because it's a space that's worthy of the collection that you have.
Are all of the safes customizable in terms of size, exterior?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You just come with whatever requirements are.
Okay.
In your grab bag, that's right there when you go. You'll have Steven's card in there, I believe. And Steven can just call Steven anytime. He works 24/7. He's always available. I'm not joking. He is always available. And so he can work with whatever you pick a budget, you pick the needs, you explain what the situation is. If he can't figure out, he fills the team together. And we all get around and realize, hey, what's the right solution here that's going to meet the budget, it's going to also meet the client needs, as well as what we believe in the insurance needs. Our partners, some of our partners have given us all the requirements ahead of time, so we know exactly when you give them the carrier what they're going to be looking for. And if we have a weird situation, we'll get involved and talk directly. And we'll say, okay, here's the scoop, here's the challenges, here's what we're going to work around, does this work, and we'll all get approval on that. Right. So
size is customizable?
Yeah. Sizes this big you see over there, little safes like that. We had, let's see down there, we had safes, this part. So we got a lot of different sizes. I mean, not completely customized. There's certain categories you can go into, so we'll have to figure out what's the right safe body and what's the right solution. This is where it comes down to okay, this stuff is really convenient to plaza, right? So, okay, there's no fire protection in this. But if you have sprinkler systems or a good fire system, that's cool. Then the combination, because the underwriter is going to look at the multi-level thing too. That's the part that flows in again. It's a little bit harder to gauge. That multi-level strategy, how do we combine these different pieces to meet the need? And that's part of what we do in terms of the team.
And is that something that we would, the conversation obviously about the safe and the conversation about insurance, is that something we should probably be doing even
right away?
Before we even get drawn anything.
Right, because your client's probably going to want a lighting, right? So
right.
So you would have an outlet behind here, so it lights up, and hey, that's really good. If they have security, we love getting in early because then we can hardwire security right into it. So if the safe gets open or it's vibrating, it triggers an alarm. And hardwire is best because you can't jam the hardwire, and it's all behind the wall. So they start doing that safe, the alarm's going off, and then they're like, okay, we gotta wrap this up and get out of here. Grab what you can and go. So that's why it's good to get out. Also, bolting it down, you may want to, you gotta let the subfloor addressed. You may want to have 2x2s bolted into the joist from either side, or the net break it down so they can't lift it up. Because you take a 1,000-pound safe, they'll actually try and move it, right? I've seen ones like Willer at 700. They tried moving it, and you just see it jammed in the stairwell between the rack, the joists, and just sitting there. And to get that out is like a battle day lamp. I mean, we got all sorts of crazy stuff. Let's build platforms I can tilt it onto, get it safe and secure, because it'll kill somebody. And then we got to get it out of there. So planning ahead, that's the name of the game. Well, good. Well, I want to thank you all for your time. Appreciate it. I hope you learned something interesting. And if there's anything you need, please let me know. Thank you. Love working with my clients. And Chris, Steve, thanks.